Hi everyone, we are back with another Friday session, and I'm sure you interact with your clients a lot. You write a lot of emails to them, and you want client interaction to be you want to do a client interaction in a much better way. I mean, of course, all the time you want to improve on your skills. So today we are just going to learn I mean, some phrases that you can straight away go and implement in your emails, implement while talking to clients. We'll see in which situation you can use those phrases. So we at Concurate, we inside Concurate use such phrases a lot whenever we write emails to our clients, whenever we are even internally communicating. So let me just share my screen. Let's start. You all know we design our presentations in Canva. No advertisement, but Canva is so good. You just can't resist taking its name. Uh, so make your client interaction more rich. How we can do that? Let's just go. Let's just look at those phrases one by one. So the very first phrase is boil the ocean. Aditi, Vijay, if I have to ask you, let's start with Aditi. Aditi, what do you think when will you use this phrase? And in what situation we are going to use this phrase?
So I haven't used it earlier, but looking at the context, boil the ocean. Ocean is a huge water body. So maybe we are talking about something that is very difficult.
Okay. Vijay, what about you? What do you
I
think?
have to use this.
Vijay, could you just come near to your
Yeah,
microphone?
if I have to use this statement, I will use it for an almost impossible to achieve task
Okay. Okay.
because I
So,
haven't heard it before. I'm just hearing it for the first time.
okay. Okay. So basically, we use it when we want to portray extensive effort. Like we will boil the ocean to bring you the results. When we say for Concurate, bring you the results, bring you the leads, bring you everything. I mean, we'll look at each and everything. We'll not leave anything. We'll boil the entire ocean, as Aditi mentioned, or as you mentioned. You both were on the same track. But this is one phrase we use very regularly in our client interaction. Wherever we have to say that we will put all our effort in achieving the results. The second phrase is scraping the bowl. Uh, Vijay, I'll start with you. What do you think about it?
Again, I'll
When are you
go.
going to use the?
So the literal meaning doesn't fit in the somewhere in the content marketing, but if I have to uh, think of the context, so it's about starting from the scratch or like trying new
Opposite air.
things, trying new things.
Opposite air. It's not starting from the scratch. Okay, Aditi, coming to you here.
So I think scraping the bowl is कि last में जो भी बचा है ना वहां तक के उसको चट कर जाना.
Exactly. I mean, we don't leave anything
So
behind.
that.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, what Vijay said was just opposite to it. So you use it when you want to say to your client that we get to the end of the work. We don't leave the work in between. We scrape the entire board
End to end.
end to end. Yes. So I guess you go. We can the audience or people who are watching this, they can use both the phrases right away in their emails or whenever you have next client conversation. Why not use these emails? Why not?
Nitish,
Why not use these
waiting
phrases?
for such a session.
Yes. It's
Then third one we use very regularly is ball is in our court. I guess Vijay and Aditi both know about it. I don't need to ask what does it mean. So it basically portrays that you have tasks cut out for you. Whenever you are talking to your client, you have the list, you have your to-do list, and then you say, hey, Jim, hey, McKinsey, the ball is in our court now. We know what to do and we'll get back to you. That is how we use it internally in Concurate. and you can use, I mean, you can just use wherever the situation demands, wherever you feel like using it.
I
The
think,
next. Mhm.
yeah, sorry to interrupt, Nitish.
Yeah.
So what I assume the meaning of the phrase that you stated, the ball is an R code. So is it a comparison of who is having more power or who is more accountable to that task?
No, 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 no. A ball is in our court means now we have to basically, so it's now our task, or it is now our time to throw the ball
Okay,
to your court. So we will basically do the tasks and let you know.
cool.
The next phase is going back to the drawing board.
This Nitesh uses a lot.
Yeah.
I guess you both know the meaning of this, or when we use this phrase. So it is again like you modify if you have a task, if you have done some work for your client, or if you have done some work internally, you want to go back and modify the work, you have some feedback. So you say, hey, we'll go back to the drawing board, get this thing done again and get back to you. That is how we use this phrase. So quickly going back to the next phrase, it's finding the rabbit holes. Aditi, starting with you, what do you think when you will use this phrase?
So rabbit holes are something that are hidden under the ground and you cannot easily spot them. So maybe we are suggesting that we would uncover something which is not easy to find.
Easy to find. Exactly. Vijay, you agree or you have anything more to add?
Yes, yes, something similar. So like you have been doing something for so long, yet getting the similar results, you're not improving. So there is a hole in which you're stuck and will help you.
You just took it in a little different line. What Aditi mentioned or what Aditi said
Difficult to
was
spot.
exactly to the point. Yes, exactly. When you try and find things that are not easy to locate. For example, in our case, it can be high intent and low keyword difficulty keywords, pain point keywords. So those are not easy to locate. So you use this phrase when you want to convey this message, either internally or to anyone. Then the next phrase is hire us or simplify us. I mean, this is very easy to understand. This is when you try to convey that your proposal comes without any obligation. I mean, I have shared a proposal. You can either hire us or fire us. No obligation involved. We are not going to ask you anything. So you use this phrase when you want to convey this message. Then this next phrase is going to microscopic level or telescopic level, depending on your feedback, depending on whatever you say. So Vijay, again starting with you, when do you think we should use this or we
So
can
it
use
is like
this?
taking each and everything and giving attention to details. So
Hmm. Aditi, you agree with Vijay? You want to add anything to it?
Yeah, so just adding on, microscope is something when you need to dig deeper, that is detail oriented. And telescoping is something you're looking at something which is far. So that is like
With
big picture.
accuracy
So combination of big picture thinking and detail oriented
and
thinking.
detailed oriented thinking. Exactly. So the same thing. I mean, how deep you want to go into your work. Better would be to basically be more detailed uh, or big picture oriented. So the next phase is where the rubber meets the road. So while we were using this phrase, we got an idea to do a session on this phrase thing. Aditi, when do you think we use this phrase?
So in my understanding, when the person is talking about rubber, it is the tire that is being referred, tire of a car or something, and you go on the road. That means you're embarking on a journey. So that is like you take off or kickstart something.
Okay. Vijay, what about you?
what I interpret from this, so rubber is smooth as compared to road or something on similar note. So I'm not able to put it in words, but I get it. Like you're trying to say that a road is something which is not smooth, rubber is smooth. So you're find a
So,
plane.
you know, when rubber meets the road, there is some friction comes up.
Okay, yes.
So here we want to convey that plan don't just look good on paper, but
Okay.
it is also good in implementation. I mean, it will basically, it will test when the rubber meets the road. So the plan will also hold true at that time when you want to convey this message. Uh, Going back to next phrase, it's having an eagle eye view or helicopter view. So we use this phrase internally at Concurate whenever we basically have a first level call with our lead. We just glance their website, we glance at what work they do, we make some notes, and then we basically convey this message to them. Hey, Jim, we had an eagle eye view of what you guys are doing at XYZ, or we had a helicopter view of what you guys are doing at ABC. And this is what our understanding says. So here you are saying, Vijay, we have, or Jim, we have not gone too deep into your business, but we have just taken a bird eye view to your business or an eagle eye view to what you do. So same thing I just wrote here. Anything you'd like to add to this, Aditi or Vijay?
No.
Yeah, I think you covered all the phrases that I normally hear from you. And I think there is another one which used
We
by
we'll
yeah
get back to
like
it. We've added it.
okay
So
achha,
the
there are
next phrase is we
okay.
share the ride with you or we put you in the driving seat. Vijay, starting with you, what do you think? When do you think will you be using this phrase?
So it's not like that we are doing everything and like
Uh-huh.
yeah, you are in the decision making process and we'll be helping you with the business. It's not that we are doing everything for you. It's not that you don't understand what we are doing and what is our process. You are
Hmm.
the one who is running
You
the
are on the
business
mark. You're on the
and
mark.
we're just
Very
telling you,
close.
we are the guide in short.
Aditi, anything you'd like to add to it?
So I see two phrases here. The first one where you are saying sharing the ride means we are on the same page. And when you say put you on the driving seat means we are allowing the person to take the lead.
Hmm. So many a times, you both are very right. Many a times, clients have problem with certain marketing firms that they don't keep them in loop or they don't tell them what is going on. They just, start working and at the end of the month they share a report. That's it. And the client does not know a lot about what is going on. So we use this phrase when we tell client that, hey, we keep you in loop in whatever we are doing. So we basically share that entire ride with you or we put you in the driving seat so that you have the control. When we want to convey that client has the control of the work we are doing for him, as Aditi and Vijay also said. So this is when we use this phrase. The next phrase I have in the presentation is, we don't go incommunicado. Now, this incommunicado word is used by Air Force people. Air Force people, Navy people, military people, Army uses it sometimes. So Aditi, starting with you, when do you think you're going to use this phrase?
Means we don't disappear. We stay in constant communication.
Exactly. Yes. Vijay, you agree with Aditi?
Yes. So yeah, like
Yes.
we don't
So
disconnect.
as exactly once you give us the project or once we have your marketing, we just don't disappear. We remain in touch. It is more or less on the same lines of the last phrase we saw. Again, we keep client in loop in whatever we do. Then the next phase is we don't do vanilla marketing. Now, Vijay, starting with you.
Yes, so if
Uh,
I interpret this, it's like
uh
so it doesn't only it's just not that it's looking good. So it's not looking good on paper, but it's actually marketing that is working for you. Vanilla is vanilla is like glitter and no gold.
Aditi, what about you?
This reminds me of our tagline, we don't just bring traffic, we bring leads. So bringing traffic is just the vanilla thing. But bringing leads is what we do.
Exactly. I mean, so in ice cream, the very basic ice cream, the very simple ice cream is vanilla ice cream, right? So whenever you want to convey to your client that we just don't do plain services, I mean, we just don't get you traffic, whatever plain service in your mind it is. It can be service, it can be any work you do. I just don't do vanilla work. So whenever we want to convey that we work with our client on strategy level, we just don't get a deliverable to him. That is when we use this phrase. The next phrase we have is, we have ear on the ground. I guess it is clear. I mean, not a lot of things to discuss here. So we use this phrase whenever we want to convey that we know what works and what not. We have ear on the ground. We know what strategy is working. Google is updating its algorithm. What is working with Google, what is not. We keep ourselves updated with all the recent happenings or with all the latest happenings. That is when we use this phrase. Anything, team, you guys would like to add up? Or
So when you said ear on the ground, na, so मुझे ऐसे समझ में आया कि अगर आपने जमीन पे कान रखा है तो you can sense अगर earthquake आने वाला है तो you can sense something that is going to happen in future. You can predict what is going to happen. Just you said, you know what is going to work.
Exactly. So you can use this phrase in that situation as well. Again, these phrases are not just used in the situation that I am talking about, or I'm sharing, or Aditi or Vijay is sharing. Wherever you feel, based on the situation, you think the phrase can be used, you can use the phrase in whatever situation you feel right. Then keep us on your radar. This a lot of account managers use. Many account managers use this phrase. So I guess this is a clear phrase. I mean, not something which needs more understanding. So whenever basically you want to convey to your client that, hey, remember me in case you need this service. Keep me under your radar, or I'll be under your radar. So I'll be in touch. You use this phrase. Usually we just say, hey, I'll be in touch, or remember me in case you need this service. Better way to say it, keep me under your radar. That is something you can learn. So these were some phrases we collated, and we thought to share these phrases with you. We use this a lot in Concurate and in our other businesses. We thought this is going to be very helpful. This can be very helpful for people who are in sales, especially in sales, who interact a lot with clients who via an email or over a call, and who want to use these phrases. Now, how do we, so these phrases, you won't find a book around these phrases. Hey, use these phrases. So how basically you create these phrases, or how you basically come about these phrases. So you basically read a lot of books on sales. You basically watch English, American movies. You know what kind of language they are using there. They use these things a lot. I mean, if you watch Dexter, or if you watch other seasons where basically business talks about businesses happen, they use such phrases a lot over there, and you learn these phrases from there, and implement it in your business accordingly. This makes the client feel that, hey, you are one of them. You're not from some other continent, or you understand their daily their daily words, how they speak regularly. You understand their culture. You have a better understanding, and they interact with you in a better way. They open up with you quickly when you use such phrases in your communication. Awesome. So this was something we thought to share with you. Short, crisp presentation. Use these phrases Let us know where you use it. Do you use any more phrases apart from these? I'm sure there are hundreds of phrases, hundreds more phrases. So why not share those phrases in comments? And if you like the video, press the like button. We'll meet you again on next Friday in our coffee session. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Long awaited session, Ritesh. Well done.